Hello and welcome to an episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason at a very busy intersection in Santa Monica, California, and this is the original western terminus of Route 66. I should say real, but technically it is the real thing because Route 66 did end here right at the corner of Lincoln and Olympic Boulevards. I am outside Mel's Drive-In, and don't worry, I will be going to Santa Monica Pier. That's where the real celebration will happen. But today, I am decided to do a video here, and I will also be showing you the Will Rogers Memorial marker in this episode. So I'm going to tell you some history about the drive-in as well as why Route 66 ended here. So here we go. Mel's Drive-In, that is the iconic sign, and just across the Olympic Boulevard is the historic Route 66 end. You probably can't see it because it's so small, but it's just right where I'm pointing. And as you can see, you can already tell it's a very busy intersection. This is close to where Interstate 10, or as Californians say, the 10 starts. Mel's does celebrate its location, its spot on Route 66 as the endpoint. And this is actually a few blocks from the pier, if I haven't mentioned that already. So this was the original western terminus of Route 66 from 1936 to 1964. Now when the route was decommissioned in 1964, the terminus moved to Pasadena. That's when the interstate highways started kicking in, and then eventually to the Arizona state line. And then by 1985, Route 66 was no more. But like I said, I'm glad people are keeping the tradition alive, especially YouTubers and people like Jerry McClanahan. And I mean, I don't want to single anybody out, but there's so many people I can name. So a little history about Mel's Drive-In. So Mel's Drive-In started in 1947 in San Francisco, and what is now known as the first generation Mel's. Mel Weiss and Harold Dobbs opened Mel's, which was the first car hop in San Francisco. More locations followed, but they would fall victim to the fast food craze in the 1970s, and that's when drive-thrus kind of replaced drive-ups, or what you call it, car hops. But fueled by the nostalgia factor, and just the fact that Mel's had been included in many media, most notably American Graffiti, several had popped up again in California. If you've ever seen one of my all-time favorite movies, American Graffiti, like right at the beginning of the movie, you'll see, I can't remember if it was Ron Howard or Richard Dreyfuss that drove his motorbike at the very opening, but yes, that was a Mel's Diner. That was a Mel's Drive-In. I don't know why I keep saying Mel's Diner. This location opened in 2018. Before that was the Penguin Diner, which goes all the way back to 1959. I'm sorry, it was the Penguin Coffee Shop, my bad. And they decided to pay tribute by leaving the Penguin up there. This is open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Sunday through Thursday, closed at midnight on Friday and Saturday. And there are 7 other locations in California, including 5 in San Francisco. And then I'll go ahead and show you the mural, which is in the parking lot. And if you're all into eating outdoors, you can also eat outside, but it wasn't really that busy when I was in there. I'm sure during peak times, like around lunch or dinner time, this place gets hopping. But over here is the mural. And this hasn't been here that long. I want to say at least maybe 2 or 3 years. But of course, historic California US 66 route ends here. And Mel's Drive-In, oh yeah, with the American flag, baby. And you are greeted with US Route 66 ends here. And do I want to try a vegan shake? I think that's the Lana Del Rey one, but I could be really wrong. But we're going to go in, I'm going to eat. So they got one of these Rockola jukeboxes, and for just $0.25, assuming that you still carry change on you. Sometimes I do, but I was prepared, so I'm going to go ahead and play a song. They got lots of selections. They got a Route 66 playlist. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and punch that quarter in. And the song I'm gonna play is Highwayman by the Highwaymen. And that was done by Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, and Willie Nelson. Alright, check it out. It should be playing momentarily. Oh, here we go. And for copyright purposes, I'm not gonna play the whole song or play any parts of the song. Alright, so this here is Mel's Official Burger. I had a dilemma between doing that or eating this and the Route 66 burger, but I'm not really much of a fan of French fried onions. But for one of the last times, I'm just gonna go ahead and chow down. Here we go. Oh yeah, diner quality, that's for sure. All right, this is the interior of the diner. Yeah, it's got one of those Rockola jukeboxes. Play anything. Then it's got an amazing fish tank. Hope you can see it in the light. And then this depicts Olympic and Lincoln, where I'm at. Mel's Drive-In. Going to Arizona, the Twin Arrows. Well, you can't really see them, they're close to each other, but as you saw in my previous video, it's the Lone Arrow. New Mexico, Oklahoma. I did not see that Golden Driller statue because the road was under construction at the time, but there's always next time. Then you got Texas. Yep, you got the Cadillac Ranch. Then Missouri, St. Louis Arch, what do you know? And then Illinois, that's where it begins. And they do have plenty of souvenirs. Route 66, I'm definitely going to get me a magnet, probably one of these. Now this right here is the intersection of Ocean Avenue and Santa Monica. Despite of what people have said or what you may have read, this is not one of the terminuses of Route 66. But over here is a Will Rogers plaque. If you've seen my Route 66 videos, you've seen the one at the Texas-Oklahoma border and the one in Galena, Kansas. I did not know if there was any others that were placed. So I didn't really mention it that much in my videos, but the Route 66, or the Mother Road, was also known as the Will Rogers Highway. So dedicated in 1952 to Will Rogers, the humorist, world traveler, good neighbor, the Main Street of America, Highway 66 was the first road he traveled in a career that led him straight to the hearts of his countrymen. I'm trying to see what this one says. The California President's Club. Not much. I mean, I have not seen that much. But Warner Brothers did a little caravan around Route 66 to help promote the Will Rogers Highway. And then right in front of me is the ocean. I know you can't see it, but today it's a very foggy day. I know that this video is kind of split in two parts because I went to the Olympic and Lincoln terminus on a different day. But of course I did not want to leave out the Will Rogers Highway marker. But again, I am not sure where else they put it. So it could have been like at the Illinois or Missouri, or even Arizona and New Mexico. So the Santa Monica Pier is just right up ahead. I highly recommend parking close to that, but this is just within a short walking distance. And then I thought I'd show you the sign. This, I believe, is the Route 66 Visitor Center. It says on Google that it is, but I don't see any signs. But otherwise, there's this nice sign you can get your picture taken with. The west end of Route 66, even though that's really not true. Because, yeah, all the Route 66 books say so. Across the street from me is a legendary Route 66 hotel called the Georgian Hotel. I shouldn't say Route 66 Hotel, but it's more of a historic Santa Monica one. So the next Route 66 episode is going to be in Santa Monica Pier, where I complete my journey. I will see you guys there in the next episode. I am Jason in Santa Monica, California. Sign off.